Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Welcome to Accelerated Health with SaraBanta. I'm a busy wife, mom of 3, and an NANP certified supplement professional. But that's not all. I'm also the founder of the multi-award-winning Accelerated Health Products, a brand offering innovative, natural, scalar-enhanced supplements to optimize your health. No other company does that. And this podcast isn't just a source of information. It's a community. We're all here to learn and grow on our health journeys, regardless of where you're starting. And this podcast is the springboard to learning, and the free group coaching on Telegram is where we continue learning together. You can ask questions. I post tips and tools to deepen your health and to keep you motivated to moving forward. So here's what you can expect. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday with in-depth health discussions from just me or expert guests, hot topic issues that are in the news every Friday to keep things interesting, and then followed up with the free group coaching on Telegram where you can continue the conversation and get your questions answered. The details can be found on my website at SaraBantaHealth.com. Have you thought about detoxing? You're a little nervous. You've heard about detox flu symptoms. Well, I've created over 10 unique easy detox cleanse programs to help you reset your body while feeling great. Day 1, there's no flu symptoms. The link is on my website. You can take my detox quiz to figure out which one's right for you, whether it's just the colon cleanse to get you pooping, to the parasite cleanse, to the candida cleanse, to the kidney cleanse, to the bladder cleanse. Do you get UTIs all the time? To the actual ascent or accelerated diet cleanse that is the most comprehensive. It includes the liver flush, and you get a full reset. And if you're not ready for a cleanse, but you want to start with some supplements, you can fill out my health goals form that's free on the website, and I will personally put together a protocol just for you. Just by taking a few steps forward, I promise you your life is going to change, and I'm here to help you every step of the way. And today we're talking about the one thing that affects most people here in the United States, and that's your thyroid. Your thyroid is in control of so much. It affects your energy, your weight loss, your brain, your adrenals, your hormones, everything. And over the last few years, there's been a huge spike in cases of hypothyroidism or just suboptimal metabolism. And they're even finding a connection between thyroid and Parkinson's, thyroid and fluoride in the water, thyroid in our kids, IQ, so many things. And doctors are not looking at all of the thyroid numbers. So that's where you've got to really dig in and be your own advocate. It's not due to just one single cause. It's a mix of things, and doctors are misdiagnosing hypothyroid as menopausal symptoms, depression, heart issues, and more. Did you know that your thyroid could be affecting your cholesterol levels away from what you're eating, right? Okay, so what are the common symptoms to look out for? So say you go to the doctor tests your TSH and your T4, says you're totally in normal range, and lets you leave the door. You are supposed to be in charge of you. You know you better than your doctor. So look out for these symptoms. Are you always tired? Constantly. That's because when your thyroid is sluggish, your body energy stores or production slows. Thyroid hormones play a key role in how the cells use oxygen to make energy. It's not just from your coffee and your Monster drink. And without enough of them, fatigue will set in. And it won't leave you, regardless of how much sleep you get. Weight gain, gaining weight without a reason, not changing your diet, right? You're eating well, you're exercising. That low thyroid function means your metabolism slows down, making it harder for your body to burn those calories and fat. And the hypothyroidism can mess with your appetite and muscle tone. So you might be less motivated to stay active because you're losing muscle, you're gaining fat, you're just eating because you're like, I need more energy. And I'm told food is energy, right? Well, not always. So you eat more. or you start to not eat enough and then you binge because you're not getting results. And if you don't eat enough, you're going to slow down your metabolism. So you're stuck, right? And there's no way out. And then, of course, you're going to get depressed because you can't find a solution. Okay, cold. You're always cold. You want to turn the heater on. You want to be under a blanket when everyone else is saying it's hot or it's fine. Hypothyroidism can reduce the blood flow, especially to your hands and feet, and lower your body's overall temperature, making you feel cold all the time. Dry skin and hair. If your skin is dry, flaky, your hair feels brittle, or you're losing hair, that could be your thyroid. A lot of you guys have been complaining about hair loss, right? The hormones from your thyroid help with cell regeneration and oil production. And when they're lacking, your skin and hair can suffer. Also, if your thyroid's not producing energy, is it really going to use the little energy it has to build hair follicles and growth? No, it's going to go after your organs, the things that are going to keep you alive. Constipation. This is one of the first clues in me when I go hyper or hypo that I know it's because of how my bowel movements are. I'll have great bowel movements when I'm hyper or normal, but I get really constipated if my thyroid is sluggish. And maybe it's because my immune system is being taxed, right? If you're under stress or your immune system is fighting off a virus or a bacteria or something, your body is going to lower its thyroid and metabolism because it's working on something over there and it wants to conserve the energy. It's under threat, and we'll get into that in a minute. Muscle weakness and joint pain. So feeling weak or experiencing joint pain, especially in your arms and legs, that can be from hypothyroidism, causing discomfort and puffiness, water retention, that swelling. So that can contribute to the muscle weakness and joint pain, or you just might not be able to take your rings off your fingers because you have edema in your legs, right? Because your body can't move the fluid and the lymph. Your lymph is connected to your thyroid. And if you can't have a happy thyroid, your lymph is going to be sluggish and then your immune system's affected. All of these things, then it's like this domino effect and vicious cycle. Because if your immune system's affected, then you're going to be fighting even more viruses and bacteria over here, slowing down your metabolism even more. Hoarseness in the voice. I've noticed this in a lot of elderly people that I know they've got thyroid issues, and you know their hormones in general are declining because they're not doing anything about it. Their voices get weak. That hoarseness could be from the thyroid. The thyroid hormones, especially T3, which is your main one to focus on, your free T3 is your metabolism, plays a role in how your vocal cords work. Low thyroid function can lead to a hoarse voice and even vocal fatigue. So I mentioned your doctor's probably just testing that TSH and T4. You got to get that free T3 and reverse T3 tested. Depression. So most people on antidepressants actually have hypothyroidism. If you're on an antidepressant, go back to your blood test. See if they tested your free T3. My guess is they didn't. Try addressing your thyroid and you probably will have that brain fog and depression left and be able to get off of your medication with the guidance of your doctor, of course. Low thyroid function is closely linked to depression, as thyroid hormones regulate mood regulating neurotransmitters like serotonin and norepinephrine. So if you're on antidepressants but you're still feeling down, that could be your undiagnosed hypothyroidism. And also, if your thyroid's low and you're feeling overstressed because you have this unexplained weight gain, you don't have the energy to go do what you want to do, you snap at your husband and your children because you just don't feel good, of course you're going to be depressed. So you see how it's a vicious cycle, right? Memory and cognitive issues. So that brain fog, the energy's not getting to your brain or your body. The hypothyroidism slows down mental processes, leaving you with cognitive issues, trouble with memory, and then menstrual irregularities. Whether you are young, PMS symptoms will be worse, heavier bleeding, irregular periods, and also menopausal symptoms will be worse. Did you know that having hot flashes and menopausal symptoms is not normal? We're not supposed to. The body's supposed to transition very smoothly, but that's not the case for most people. Well, thyroid could be part of it because it is the master endocrine gland affecting your adrenals and your sex hormones, your gonads. It has that HPT axis, hypothalamus pituitary thyroid axis, controls the HPA axis, adrenal, and the HPG axis, gonads. So you always want to look at that thyroid first. It can cause a slow heart rate. The thyroid hormones influence how forcefully your heart pumps blood, and high cholesterol. So a lot of people have said to me in the last year or two, Sara, I haven't changed anything. My diet is clean. I do everything you tell me. I even do my liver flushes, and my cholesterol's creeped up. Well, look at your thyroid. Now, that sneaky spike protein also can be affecting your liver and your cholesterol levels. So that's something else to think about. Muscle cramps. So poor circulation, electrolyte imbalance, and even nerve dysfunction from hypothyroidism can cause those muscle cramps and that puffy face. It's the same thing as the edema because the circulation is not occurring. So that fluid retention is happening in your face. That could be a sign. So all of these symptoms are things to look at. If you've got any of them, you want to go back to your doctor or find a new doctor that's going to do a full thyroid panel. So what are the causes? Why has this become such an issue? Well, it's not just one thing. It's a mix, right? So number one, iodine deficiency. Go back and listen to all of my podcasts on iodine, and especially the one with Dr. David Brownstein. It is the number one cause of hypothyroidism. Iodine is essential for your thyroid to make the hormones T3, T4, and even T2, which stands for tyrosine and 2, 3, and 4 molecules of iodine. How do you have those thyroid hormones without iodine? You can't. And we're not getting enough iodine in our diet anymore. Our soils are completely depleted of iodine and everything else. And when you get the seafood and the kelp and, oh, I eat sushi all the time, those could be full of radioactivity because they're coming from the Asias where they've been exposed to Fukushima. So you have to be careful of where you're getting your iodine. Over 96% of the United States is iodine deficient. So if you're not taking your iodine supplement, then you are iodine deficient. And that is hands down the number one cause of hypothyroidism. It's also the number one cause of mitochondrial failure. Your mitochondria are your cells' powerhouses. We are only as healthy as our cells, right? You need that iodine inside the cells, inside the mitochondria to produce the ATP. Without iodine, that ATP is going to be low, like at 2, where with iodine, it can be 36. 2 to 36, that's 18 times. That's a huge jump in cellular energy, and we are only as energetic as our cells, right? So this will cause that slow metabolism. Then on top of that, you've got the iodine disruptors. Now, even if we're not getting enough iodine, right? We're not getting enough. Those environmental toxins make things worse. The fluoride, the bromide, the chlorine, the perchlorate, those are in fertilizers and drinking water. They block iodine from being absorbed by the thyroid. So go back to chemistry class in high school, and in that halogen column, you've got iodine with fluoride, bromide, and chlorine, right? So if you don't have iodine filling those receptor sites, guess what's going to? You're going to have the fluoride, bromide, and chlorine. Most women who come up with breast cancer are iodine deficient and have high levels of bromide, and that bromide is filling those receptor sites. The other interesting thing is on your blood test, T4 could actually be representing bromide, tyrosine and bromide, not iodine. So you could have a false positive, right? So you've got to be careful. And we've also had studies, and I've done podcasts on them, where even the government is saying that fluoride in the water is lowering the IQ in our children. Well, why? because it's filling the brain with fluoride instead of iodine. That's when when you take iodine, it increases IQ, it lifts the brain fog, it helps your brain turn on and be more cognitively aware. And then you've got that fluoride also connected to Parkinson's and other diseases that are related, interestingly, to iodine deficiency. So we are being attacked from all directions, not getting enough iodine and having these things that make it so we need more iodine than ever before. So there you go, the iodine disruptors, then the endocrine disruptors. Now remember, the thyroid is the master endocrine gland. So these can interfere with the balance of your hormonal systems, including your thyroid, chemicals like BPA found in plastics, your water bottles. And just because it says BPA free, it might be using, and probably is using, some other plastic or toxin that they're just getting away with not having the BPA, right? So you've got these chemicals that are everywhere. Andrew Huberman just did a thing on microplastics. He also had a guest on talking about the phthalates. That is causing our testosterone in our men to decrease by 50%. Our young men have 50% of the testosterone that they had 50 years ago. That's also affecting estrogen to go up, progesterone go down. Women and men are running around with estrogen dominance, and it is killing our society. Fertility's down, PMS is up, the menopausal symptoms are up, weight gain's up, all of these things from these plastics and these toxins, these endocrine disruptors. And I've had to beat this into my own family that are, rolling their eyes at me when I talk about dish soap and laundry detergent and even the clothing. I don't want to name the clothing, but I'm wearing my Lululemon pants and I have a feeling they're full of things that I should not be putting on my skin, right? So we have to look at everything now, unfortunately, because they could be causing hypothyroidism. The heavy metals, exposure to lead, mercury, and other heavy metals can mess with your thyroid and its ability to produce hormones. When I was at my rock bottom and I got heavy metal tested, lead, mercury, and aluminum were through the roof, literally off the charts. It was not on the piece of paper. It was off the charts. And those things disrupt your thyroid function. They love to be attracted to that thyroid gland. So they interfere with the thyroid and how it works and leads to disruption over time. Poor liver health. Okay, so this is really interesting. When my liver was being taxed by that viral load, my reverse T3 was through the roof. My thyroid hormones were all out of whack because so much is involved in the liver. That is where countless essential jobs happen, including converting T4 into that active T3, which fuels your brain and plays a critical role in preventing conditions like Parkinson's and fatty liver disease and heart disease and hormonal issues. It's where your thyroid hormones, metabolism, and energy levels your liver is supposed to take care of all of that. When your liver's not functioning, the wheels literally come off. It filters out the toxins and the chemicals from your blood. So the toxins that we're taking in, our liver's trying really hard to get them out. But if our liver can't do it, then the toxins from yesterday and today and tomorrow keep piling up, and our liver says, I can't do anymore. And then it's going to really have issues. The liver produces bile to digest fats, stores extra bile in the gallbladder for when it's needed for that fat digestion. It's where you metabolize proteins, fats, and carbs. When my liver was taxed, I could not break down my amino acids from proteins. I could not break down fats. I would get nauseous. Literally, things weren't working. The food I was taking in was not assimilating into my body the way it was supposed to. It's really important for your immune system and blood clotting to fight infections. It helps with the hormonal balance. It regulates the sex, thyroid, and stress hormones. So if your liver's not working, regardless if your stress changed, your stress hormones might go up, right? It neutralizes the toxins and makes sure they're eliminated and detoxifies the body. It helps with producing albumin, which is a protein that transports hormones and other substances throughout the body. It also helps clear out old red blood cells and processes the bilirubin to prevent jaundice. How many of you had a baby that needed to be under sunlight because they looked yellow from the jaundice? Well, that's your liver, right? So the PFCs, the perfluorinated compounds, fluoro stands for fluoride. That fluoro is in all of the chemicals we're talking about. These chemicals are found in non-stickware. I just had to throw out some pans that claim to be safe and they weren't. Waterproofing products, also, they're all linked to your thyroid problems. So they could be causing that weight gain without eating any calories. They may alter the thyroid hormone levels, disrupt the overall metabolism. Radiation, you and I both, we've got our cell phones and they're attached to our appendages all day long, right? Well, just with that exposure, your thyroid can go down. So just being exposed to the 5G, to your computers, to your cell phone can actually cause hypothyroidism. Autoimmune thyroiditis, the Hashimoto's, that is the most common cause of hypothyroidism. So you want to make sure that you get your antibodies also tested when you get the blood test done. The spike protein, I mentioned this before, it affected the organs like the liver and gut, leading to the sluggish thyroid function, inflammation, hormonal imbalances, water retention, stress hormones to go up, all the things. We're in a new era and this is our reality, so we have to address it. Stress. So chronic stress is a major factor, right? So we're going to be being chased by a tiger, or we're facing a famine, or we just got in a stressful argument with our coworker. Our body doesn't know, it just knows stress. And it shuts down the metabolism. It converts that T4 into reverse T3. Remember how my reverse T3 was high because my liver was under attack? My liver didn't know what to do. My liver was stressed and the stress hormones were up, so reverse T3 was up. So that chronic stress, whether it's coming from that tiger or your coworker, could cause your metabolism to shut down, increase that cortisol, leading to insulin resistance, making it harder for you to manage your energy, your weight gain, your overall thyroid health. It will probably even affect your menstrual cycle. How many of you went through a period of time where you're totally stressed out and you lost your period? That's because your body says, she's not ready to have a child right now. We're going to hold off on menstruation. So that's something to think about. Medications can cause hypothyroidism, of course, thyroid surgery, and pituitary issues, inflammatory issues, infections, like I mentioned, if your immune system is addressing something that could affect your thyroid, and age and gender. So women, especially as they age, are more likely to develop hypothyroidism, and it's more common in women over 60. Now, this does not have to mean that you have to be gaining weight when you're old. You don't. This is not your destiny. It's just common because doctors are not addressing it with their patients. Okay, so what do you do about it? There's solutions. Yay. Number one, we talked about iodine disruptors and iodine deficiency, right? Well, accelerating iodine is the number one iodine in the country for a reason, and most of us are iodine deficient. That is the number one cause. It's essential for supporting the thyroid hormone production, detoxifying the harmful toxins. So our cells are full of the GMOs, the glyphosate, the artificial sweeteners, the microplastics, the phthalates, everything we're talking about are overstuffed in the cells. So the body tries to bring in nutrients and the insulin's knocking at the door with some glucose, and the cell says, nope, I'm sorry, I'm overstuffed, you go away. And so creates insulin resistance. But it also makes the cellular energy low. ATP inside the cell is low. You need that iodine inside the cell. you need iodine on the cell membrane, the brain of the cell, which is made up of fats and iodine with that iodo-lipid value, a saturated fat and an unsaturated fat. That's why I love the combination of phosphatidylcholine with the acceleradine iodine, because it helps support that cell membrane, the brain of the cell. So that is allowing the nutrients to get into the cells and the toxins out. We need those toxins out of our body down to that cellular level. It also helps helps the liver convert inactive thyroid hormone into the active T3. It boosts the cellular energy. It improves mood, cognition, fat oxidation, metabolism, physical stamina. It helps clear out those toxins. The fluoride, lead, chlorine can disrupt the thyroid function, contribute to the cognitive issues, the depression, the brain fog, the memory, weight gain, all of the things. So what makes acceleradine different? It is the only iodine that uses that single atom form of iodine, I minus. No other iodine does. That means that it is in the form that is absorbed by every cell in the body. All other iodines need to be broken apart from the other molecule to be used differently in different parts of the body. And that's why you only get about 10 to 20% of absorption of iodine from the other sources. Plus, the acceleradine iodine is enhanced with scalar frequencies designed to increase its ability to detox the cells and feed the cells the iodine with even better results. Now, also remember, iodine's needed to balance the hormones, help with estrogen dominance. It helps with the estrogen and progesterone ratio. You also can use iodine, the acceleradine iodine, with the accelerated scalar copper or castor oil topically. You can use it topically for a face mask. You can put it on your thyroid, on the skin. You can put it on your breast tissues for fibroids and lumps. You can put it on any fibroid or over your belly for any cramps, menstrual issues, all of that. It's so versatile. Iodine is also known to be antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal. It was used during the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic before they had other things to use. Okay, so there's the iodine. That is number one. Every child, middle-aged, and elderly human being needs to be on acceleradine. It's really important for that period of apoptosis. That apoptosis is the destruction of disease cells, but it's also the turnover of cells that happens at the most rapid rate during pregnancy for the fetus and puberty. So our children need this iodine more than anyone else because that's when all of this happens. Low iodine in children, short stature, lower IQ, a lot of symptoms. I talk about it in some articles and podcasts. Make sure you check out SaraBantaHealth.com. Look up children and iodine, and you'll see why your children need that iodine. Second is accelerated thyroid. Between the acceleradine iodine and accelerated thyroid, the amount of people that have come to me saying, Sara, I've gotten off of my thyroid medication with the guidance of their doctor, of course, because their numbers have improved. And they're actually helping restore their health of their thyroid. The supplement is 3 supplements in one. It combines grass-fed thyroid glandular, Ayurvedic herbs like Kanchanara, which I've been using forever on its own, which helps detoxify the thyroid, breaks down thyroid nodules, eliminate that water retention, and it also has essential amino acids to naturally boost thyroid function. And the combination, people have said, why am I so happy? I'm so happy now. My PMS symptoms are going away. Well, it's increasing the energy physically, mentally, cellularly, boosting the mood. It's also increased the efficacy with the scalar frequencies that we do to all of the accelerated health products, which help detoxify the heavy metals and radiation and help your thyroid restore its natural optimized health. Next, Thyroid Fixer. I love Thyroid Fixer. It is a perfect complement to acceleradine, iodine, and accelerated thyroid. It is the cherry on top. It is not the first supplement. It is the third for a reason, because it helps. It's the T2, that is the fat burning, thyroid hormone, but it takes it to the next level. But you also need the iodine for that T2, right? 2 molecules of iodine. So it works together with the acceleradine iodine to help increase your fat burning while you're just sitting on the couch. Most people notice improvements in their mood, their skin, their hair, get that extra boost in fat loss, and you will see a difference with the three. Copper. So accelerated scalar copper. Most people don't think about copper for your thyroid. It is the hidden hero in fat loss. It's the hidden hero for anemia, because anemia people think is from too much or too little iron. You've got plenty of iron in your body. It's just in all the wrong places. You need copper to open the door to let the iron get to where it needs to go. But accelerated scalar copper plays a crucial role in supporting your thyroid. It's a trace mineral, and it's hard to get through your diet unless you're eating liver. It helps with the synthesis and metabolism of thyroid hormones. It acts as the cofactor for enzymes that help convert the T4 into T3. Did you know that? The active form of the thyroid hormone. We want our T3. That is the goal. Copper also helps bind thyroid hormones to thyroxine binding globulin, the protein that transports these hormones through the bloodstream. And when copper levels are off, it can affect how well your thyroid hormones are carried and utilized throughout the body. Copper is also key in the body's antioxidant defenses. That oxidative stress is what is accelerating our aging. So it's helping neutralize the free radicals, prevent oxidative stress, and both of those have been linked to thyroid dysfunction. So accelerated scalar copper, it's close to 99% absorption. Most copper supplements are only getting about 5 to 10%. Of course, it's enhanced with scalar frequencies as well to help balance that copper zinc in your body and improve the efficacy of the supplement. Now, it's important to take your copper away from your zinc if you're taking a zinc supplement, because they can cancel each other out. So a lot of people are looking for support for their depression or anxiety or their mental issues when their hypothyroidism is active, right? And that hypothyroidism is causing stress to increase. That stress is causing the hypothyroidism to get worse. So if you're looking to support your brain health, prevent the cognitive decline while balancing your thyroid health, the accelerated Cogniblast. It is getting so many people off of their medication for antidepressants, anti-anxiety. It's also been shown to help with Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. But even if you're well functioning, it improves the focus and cognition within 30 minutes. It enhances your mood and memory. It boosts energy and motivation, reduces that perceived stress. It supports your organs, and then it's also giving you that long-term benefit of protecting against Alzheimer's and dementia. Accelerated fast. So a lot of things in our diet, like the processed foods, the seed oils, the inflammatory oils, they are causing insulin resistance at the cellular level. They're backing up the liver. They're disrupting everything and lowering your thyroid function. Well, accelerated fast does more than just help you burn your fat. It also gently cleanses the liver, which is crucial for the thyroid. It's where the T4 converts into T3. It reduces the cravings for those sugary and processed foods that are causing issues. And so you take the accelerated fast. It helps you extend your fast a little bit longer, which gives your gut time to heal, gives you those ketones to the brain so you have focus and control and willpower, stabilizes your blood sugar, and lets your thyroid get running and lets these other supplements do their work. Accelerated liver care. I cannot stress enough the liver's responsibility for your overall health, including your thyroid. I've seen it in myself. The supplements and the stuff we do for our thyroid don't even matter if our liver is not functioning. It is vital when it comes to preventing thyroid problems and supporting your overall health. So why accelerated liver care? It's the most amazing liver supplement I've ever seen. It is crafted with herbs from Ayurvedic, Chinese, traditional Chinese medicine, modern nutraceuticals, rainforest ingredients. So it's getting the best ingredients from the globe, and it's helping your liver function better so you have that better conversion from T4 to T3. It helps detoxify and purify the liver, get that damp heat and toxic heat out, promoting smoother energy throughout the body. It prevents stones, the gallstones that we are gathering in there, and just they're making everything sluggish in your liver. It helps with gallbladder relief, boosts the detox pathways, gets rid of the environmental toxins, the bad hormones, that excess estrogen, improves liver function, balances the blood sugar and cholesterol. So it's going to help with your cholesterol levels. And it also has ingredients that are antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal. And did you know that your liver is where you store your anger and frustration? So it's going to actually help with your emotional balance. I just got an email from one of you saying, Sara, I'm at an anger of a 9 or a 10. Anything can just tip me off. Well, how's your liver? You always want to look at your liver. So those are the supplements you can use. Next is the Hiwi, my favorite little device. It is the cheapest device that I've come up with that is so powerful. It has over 60,000 frequency programs designed to target everything from thyroid imbalances to chronic disease to pain management to gut health, body composition, liver health, all of that. It's like you're a kid in a candy store. It addresses hypothyroidism, Hashimoto's, lymphatic detox, all of those. It's just a supplement to your supplements and to your diet and your lifestyle. Of course, things also, you got to start with the diet, right? And we're not getting everything from our diet. That's where we add in the supplements, but then you can have the topper of the Hiwi Microgen device. So with your diet, you want to choose that wild animal protein. That can significantly boost your metabolism. Aim for at least 1 gram of protein for each pound of ideal body mass. This is going to support your energy, cellular health, metabolism. It actually increases your metabolism, and your body has the most difficult time storing protein as fat. So eat as much as you want. And it will also trigger the release of glucagon, the hormone that encourages fat burning. It has the amino acids that activate that hormone CCK in your gut that signals to your brain, I'm full. Have you ever binged on a ribeye steak? Maybe 2 ribeye steaks, but you can eat a lot more Pringles in calories than you can in steak. So that hormone is telling your brain, I've got enough. Then you can incorporate that intermittent fasting short term using the accelerated fast that takes the stress off the body. You eat between 6 to 12-hour windows. That can reset your insulin sensitivity, incorporate that wild animal protein. That's going to stabilize your blood sugar, which is really needed for thyroid health. You're going to increase your metabolism, fat burning, boost that thyroid function. Once you increase that protein, that signals your body, oh, I'm not starving, I'm getting plenty. So just because you're eating in a shorter window does not mean that you're triggering that starvation mode. Now, if you're fasting, eating 1 meal a day on a low calorie diet and going for 8-mile runs, your body's going to say, nope, I'm not letting go of 1 calorie, 1 gram of fat. I'm going to store as much as I can. I'm going to slow down that metabolism. I'm going to slow down that thyroid. Your body's smart. So you want to make sure you're incorporating the fasting in the right way. Okay? Cut out the processed foods. They wreak havoc on the body, cause high uric acid levels, and that's going to lead to a slow metabolism. It actually lowers your cellular energy. So the goal of food is to increase our energy. And actually, those processed foods slow down your cellular energy, lower ATP. That fructose can flip your body into survival into survival mode, increasing that reverse T3 and telling your body to store more fat, regardless of the calories. It increases oxidative stress. It increases the leptin resistance in your body, which is going to override that appetite suppression. Your body's supposed to know how to regulate its appetite. Leptin, it's going to stop listening to itself. And then your body's just going to override the signal that says stop eating, and then you're just going to continue eating. You want to stick to a low oxalate, low sulfur, low moldy foods. I go into this on my accelerated food guide throughout my website, SaraBanta.com. Make sure you check it out. Just search for sulfur, search for oxalates, search for mold, and I will give you lists of foods to watch out for, because these are full of plant poisons or toxins that they could be not full of calories. They're low carb, they're ketogenic, but they're actually inhibiting your detox pathways, causing weight gain, slowing down the thyroid. The oxalates and sulfur love to slow down that thyroid. So it's really important to eat the right vegetables, the right fruits, the right carbs. We're not on a low carb diet, we're just on the right carb diet, right? Manage your stress. Easier said than done, I understand. But when you're chronically stressed, your body's going to release that cortisol, and that's going to interfere with your thyroid function. Remember, we don't know if we're going to face a famine or if you just got in a fight with your coworker. So it's going to disrupt that conversion from T4 to T3. It's going to increase that T4 to reverse T3. You're going to have symptoms like fatigue, weight gain, brain fog. Sleep. I didn't sleep well last night, and I can feel it today. I actually feel my metabolism slower. That sleep is the cornerstone of your health. You just can't get around it. So it can raise your cortisol levels and interfere with that conversion of T4 to the active T3. So in conclusion, you need to address your thyroid by looking at blood tests, maybe addressing your medications you're on. You want to use the supplements like accelerated iodine, accelerated thyroid, accelerated copper, accelerated fast, maybe some of the others we talked about. Incorporate the lifestyle hacks, the sleep, the HIWI, the exercising the right way, not chronic cardio, choosing wild animal protein, getting rid of some of the wrong vegetables, making sure that you're addressing your stress. All of these things, you will be amazed how your thyroid and metabolism will boost, and the weight will just be released because your body's no longer under stress. It's getting what it needs, and you're going to feel so much better. So thanks for listening. Our discussion does not have to stop here. If you're feeling lost in the supplement world, no worries. I'm here to help. I know it can be confusing. You can start by getting your free supplement protocol. Just head to SaraBanta.com, complete the form, and I will personally put together a protocol for you. Follow me on social media at Accelerated Health Products for more insights, and join the free group coaching on Telegram. There's no downside. I answer your questions and I post insights daily to keep you moving forward. You can find this podcast and all of my podcasts, Accelerated Health with SaraBanta, on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, E360, Amazon, you name it, it's on there. Over 100 different platforms. Spread the knowledge. So many of your friends and family are affected by fatigue and weight gain that they don't know why, and they're not feeling good. They're depressed. It might be their thyroid. They can get some help from this podcast. And you can use coupon podcast10 for 10% off site-wide at acceleratedhealthproducts.com. You can also find the shop at SaraBantaHealth.com. Remember, I'm live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so join me next time for more ways to unlock your health potential.